infertility has been probably one of the most stressful and hardest part of my late effects.
One of the long-term follow-up issues that I clearly remember discussing was the likelihood that I wouldn't be able to have children.
Come 10, 15, 20 years, down the road, you do meet that special someone. I wish I could have done things differently, kind of go back in a time machine and maybe get, a little bit more educated on what I was going to face down the road.
For both male and female patients, they should realize that the treatment that they had that saved their lives may very well impact their fertility or their ability to have biological children. For male patients, they can certainly, seek out a reproductive urologist and figure out their exact sperm counts. And if there aren't any sperm found within their semen, then they can get donor sperm from another male patient that they could then use to initiate a pregnancy. For female patients, if they have a low ovarian reserve, they can utilize the services of a reproductive endocrinologist and go through some infertility treatment that would maybe allow them to have biological children. And if unfortunately their ovarian reserve has been depleted, they can certainly look at other options for family building, such as using a donor egg and adoption as well.
As far as I know, I am fertile, but there's been pressure on me to have babies. I'm 31 years old, and that's not something that I'm ready to do. I worry that when I am ready in a few years to have kids, that I might not be able to.
For a person who always wanted kids, and before I actually found out that I couldn't, I was kind of a little afraid of being in a committed relationship, because if that person wanted that, I couldn't provide it.
Before I was married and I met, the man of my dreams, I was so afraid to even tell him that I didn't think I would be able to have kids. And that was really hard for me. Just to accept it and to realize that because I couldn't have kids, didn't mean that I was a broken person.
Fertility isn't just a physical thing. It's also a mental and psychosocial thing, and patients need to be taken care of as a whole. There are many options that patients can pursue in terms of fertility, and many options that parents can pursue for their children in terms of fertility. 10 years ago, these options didn't exist. So if, as an adult survivor of a childhood cancer, you find out that your fertility has been compromised, it doesn't mean that family building is over. Not at all.
Every once in a while, I kind of look online just to kind of get an idea of what's going on out there. Then I take that information, go back to my nurse in the fertility clinic to kind of see, well, just a possibility for me.
Maybe having a baby one way, the natural way, wasn't meant to be for you, but it doesn't mean you can't have a child. Just because I possibly couldn't have my own eggs to have my own child and to see my eyes and my daughter didn't mean that a child that I had wouldn't be my own.
Because of my treatment, and especially because of the treatment I received for the bone marrow transplant, I'm not able to have children. But I have two wonderful boys, and I feel as though part of my journey of having had cancer has led me to them. I think one thing I've learned is that your children have a way of finding you, and whether it's through adoption, whether it's through another process, I have no doubt in my mind that my entire journey has led me to where I am today.